guys, we're in my kitchen today. It's a little bit different. Oh, I got hair in my lip gloss because, you know, it's gotta be the way. It's gotta be the way. So hopefully a few of you guys join, hop on. Hopefully you can hear me okay, you can see me okay. You are, if you could only see, you are inside of my cabinet, propped up inside of a glass. Yes, this is just a hot mess. Hi Josh. Hi Thomasetta. Hi everybody hopping on. So before we get started, I want to open a gift together. We got, I don't think that I told you guys that we were nominated for Pelopost's Giving Tuesday giveaway competition. Hi to everybody hopping on. So Pelopost is a company that sends pictures to your loved ones. It's an app where you could just send the pictures to them. They print them out, they take care of the mailing and all of that stuff. They're amazing, check them out. So I knew about this contest because of the Prisoner Family Conference. I knew that they were nominated. I said that I would help them promote because obviously we help our friends out. In the meantime, I didn't realize that Lisa, a volunteer for Strong Prison Wives and Families, also nominated Strong Prison Wives and Families as a nonprofit in the criminal justice space to get looked at to receive Giving Tuesday gifts. So the Prisoner Family Conference, Strong Prison Wives and Families, and then another nonprofit that I can't remember the name, all three of us were winners of a $500 grant, which we at Strong Prison Wives and Families will coincidentally, or maybe not so much, use to send some of our volunteers and lucky members down to the conference in 2020. But along with that, they sent us a gift. So I figured that's why we're in the kitchen. Well, also I'm making elderberry syrup. I don't know if you guys could hear it simmering over there in the pot, but it has 23 more minutes. So we are gonna do that together. So hold on, let's go over here. I hope you guys can still hear me. We're gonna open this bad boy up and see, I mean, I know what's inside, I think, but can you guys still hear me from over here? You're good, okay, good. They really did a good job of taping this. Yes, this is awesome. So they sent us, yay. Hey, my friend. Hey, Outlaw. I'm great. How are you? So they sent us the Giving Tuesday check. This is amazing. We won't put that online because you know. And then they sent us some of their pens, and they're just like some swag. Their pens, their lanyards, and then really cool bracelets that I'm sure we'll be using for giveaways and stuff. It says "Love Never Gives Up" on the outside. How fun would that be? Can you see? Come on, focus. Love never gives up. Hey, Caitlin, how you feeling, sweetheart? And then on the inside, it says Pelopost. Here, let's see if I can do it this way. The Photos to Prison app. Cute, right? How fun is that? So they sent us a whole bunch of swag and a check that we're gonna be able to use. You need an Adam shirt. Yes. Oh my gosh, Jess, I've been meaning to text you for 2 days. Work has been insane. I didn't forget you, but I want to know your good news. And the free Adam shirts are available. Teespring, I think it's /HelpFreeAdam. This one I should have made with white writing, but live and learn. We'll do another one. Okay, so anyway, that's okay. Don't worry. Don't worry. Life is crazy always, but especially this time of year. Okay, so I want to read you an email that I got from Adam about the water crisis, and then we'll talk through it. I had it open, but then I got distracted with swag. Who doesn't love swag bags? Okay, give me 1 second. How's everybody doing today while we do this? Here we go. Last night before lockdown, the officer made an announcement that the water was not safe to drink. When he was asked what what we were supposed to drink, he said they'd probably be around in the morning with bottled water. Ha ha ha. It would be more humorous if the situation was actually so serious. I think he meant wasn't actually so serious. Before I go any further, please keep in mind, he knows I worry, just like your loved ones know that we worry constantly about them. So he was just giving me a disclaimer. Before I go any further, please keep in mind that I have a case of water under my bed because I've been through this too many times before. Before I continue, you guys, by the way, sorry, totally interrupting myself for something really important. Make sure while we're on, you guys give this video a thumbs up. I see 47 people and 14 likes. That would be super helpful. And also, we're like 170 subscribers away from our goal of 10K. And then somebody said it to me this morning, my mom's birthday would have been on the 12th in 2 days. So could you imagine if we hit my goal for the year on Mama C's birthday? So make sure if you're not subscribed, hit subscribe, share with your friends, etc. Okay, just wanted to interrupt myself so you guys in the comments can let people know as they hop on to do that. So he said, the crazy thing is they keep trying to force me to get rid of it, meaning that case of water. And they flat out refuse to sell us any water on the commissary, meaning we're totally at their mercy during a crisis. All capitals, he said, frightening. Trust and believe that I've always, all capitals, trust and believe that I always have a backup plan with a wink face. For him to be admitting that, okay, anybody who's been inside can totally relate, and you can, I will send you the swag mama, you can totally go off in the comments because you have more experience than me, but imagine being 100% at somebody's mercy. Your life is in the hands of somebody or somebody's who does not like you. They don't care whether you live or die, and you are 100% reliant upon them. You can only survive 3 days without water. 3 days. That's it. So, and they took all of the water. You're not allowed to buy water off of the commissary, and you're not allowed to buy healthy food off of the commissary any longer. I don't know if they sell sodas or Gatorades or juices or anything like that, but even if you can, the warden has made it for the last month or so that you can only buy cosmetics and toiletries, and you can't buy any food or drinks on the commissary right now. Why? Your guess is as good as mine. So he said last night after lockdown, they did come around and give each of us one 16-ounce bottle of water. However, this morning, they never called a rec move or any other move, so when I went down to breakfast, I assumed we'd be picking up water. Not the case. Let me interrupt myself as well. So what he means by calling a move is where he is, they have controlled movements. So you can't just freely move from your housing unit to recreation to the yard. You can't just open up the door and go where you want to go. At higher level facilities in the feds, they have controlled movements. So every hour or so, if they feel like calling the move, or if they feel like calling it on time or at all or whatever, they have what's called control movements, and they'll unlock the doors. Usually they're one-way moves, so you can go from spot A to spot B, but you can't go from B home to A. Does that make sense? So they didn't call any movement to recreation where supposedly they were supposed to be handing out that water, one 16-ounce bottle of water for grown men. And they didn't do it. So he said, lost my spot. I should probably stop interrupting myself. Instead, okay, so he said, I assumed we'd be picking up the water, not the case. Instead, I was shocked to find the normal meal of French toast and oatmeal plus milk being served, but no water in sight. Of course, all the admin were there, and when one of the men asked them for water, he told them just to drink milk, to which he replied that he's lactose intolerant. Wait for it. To which the assistant warden replied, "You're SOL." Adam says, nice, very professional. At 8:00 a.m., we were all surprised when they called a move to education, but said recreation was closed. I took a shot and headed for the wood shop and was grateful to find the door open and the person that supervises it inside. A few of the other guys came down and we spent some time cleaning up the place, so we didn't know how long we were going to be in there. The superintendent told us they were going to do a recall at some point and finally distribute the water, but that didn't happen until almost 10 o'clock. Funny thing is that they mandated everyone to go down to the dining hall to pick up their 16-ounce bottle of water for the day because they didn't want to deliver them to the units, which I totally understand. However, they decided to make a big show of the ordeal by also mandating that everyone gets dressed in their full khaki uniform to make the trip down to pick up the water, which is just a senseless show of authority. The best part was I was one of the first ones from my unit to head down and to get back up here, so I got to slip in here and send you some more love before lunch. It's now 10:45 and I presume we'll be headed down to lunch at 11, but who knows what the plan is for the rest of the day. I definitely feel a difference not starting my day with water and workout. It's hard for me not to stay on my normal routine to help me stay balanced and to also keep my back and my hip, I'm just ad-libbing because you're not going to understand the words he's using, but to basically manage the pain in his hip from the bulging discs in his lower back. Okay, so I did not copy the other email, but what happened later that day was they went down to lunch and they still had not received more than one 16-ounce bottle of water. I think he told me that. I don't remember the exact number. If somebody wants to Google it, you can, and let me know. But it's like 164 ounces for the average male is what you're supposed to drink in a day. And remember, they got 16 ounces of water for the whole day. They were supposed to get 4 16-ounce bottles for the whole day, which still isn't even half of what the average male needs to function in a day. So when they went to lunch that day, this guy asked, not aggressively, nothing like that, he asked one of the staff members if they were gonna get any water. They wound up beating the crap out of the guy and he was taken to the hole in a wheelchair. The hole, for anybody that doesn't know, is solitary confinement for asking if they were going to give out water. From there, that was just a show for them to say, don't ask us. It's water. You need it to live. Yes. So this was Friday, Saturday, I think, that he sent this email, and they still have not resolved this problem. So I asked him today, what's going on with the water situation? And he said they haven't said anything because they probably don't have a plan, like normal BOP fashion. They probably have no plan of action. And he keeps saying to me, don't worry, I have plenty of water under my bunk, I'm good, blah, blah, blah. But I don't necessarily believe him. I think he knows that I flipped the F out. And I sent an email back to him on Saturday when he sent this. Now, granted, it was late in the afternoon. I had not eaten since probably early morning, so I was on the verge of hangry anyway. But I said to him, I was like, one thing that you don't mess with, one thing that sets me off is dehydration. I said, because I can live with, although I hate it for you, I can live with your bologna and cheese or just bologna sandwiches on Wonder Bread throughout lockdown. It sucks, I'm sorry, it's disgusting, but I could bite my tongue for that. For dehydrating you, let's talk about what happens to your body when you get dehydrated. You become significantly less mentally capable of like processing, but also you become heightened in an aggressive manner. You are so aggressive when you're dehydrated, and then things like normal bodily functions start to go down. Your kidneys start over-functioning. There's all kinds of toxins building up in your system, and your kidneys have to filter that. But without water, it gets really hard. Plus, all kinds of risk for debilitating things can happen when you're dehydrated. Plus, you have people on medication that need water for their body to process that, their kidneys, their livers, all of that stuff. And majority of those guys are working out to keep themselves healthy and balanced, and they're sweating out the water that they need. So they're dehydrating more. They're not able to replenish that. And oh, let's talk about the fact that you could die without water in 3 days. So I told him, I'm like, you tell me when. You tell me who I need to call. You need to tell me who I need to tell, who we need to harass to get this done. Now, it just so happens that the region is visiting there today. That's who in the feds you call if something is going on, if you have a complaint or something like that. They're really good usually. They send somebody out to the facility. You can call totally anonymously because that's what they're there for, is for us to air our grievances without having to worry about retaliation. So I don't know if people started calling the region. I don't know if people started complaining. I was not one of them because I was waiting on him to give me the green light. But they're there today and he's like, it's hysterical because of how buttoned up everybody is and nobody's yelling or screaming and nobody's getting beat, nobody's getting kicked into the hole. Very different from everyday life here. Smoke and mirrors, my friends. It's all facade. So there is your no water story, or limited water story. So I don't know if they're getting the 4 16-ounce bottles a day or if they're just getting 1 16-ounce bottle every day. According to Adam, he has his amount of water that he needs. My fear is that's gonna run out, and my fear is, what about everybody else there that doesn't have any water that in their cell of their own accord, that they bought off the commissary back in the day when they could? They're gonna have to start drinking the water that is unsafe to drink, which is going to lead to a host of medical issues, if not right now, in the future. This is basic human needs. It's so infuriating. So let me read some comments and hope that my phone doesn't fall. I can answer any questions you guys have. This is horrific that they do this. Yes, it's just terrible. Yes. Nestle makes deals with politicians to suck water from spring and then sell it back. Then Nestle donates the money to all their campaign funds, which is BS. We need to contact New York representatives. It's BS. That's total BS. I didn't know that, Lee. Why not give people water? Because in their heads, why give people water? It's pathetic, right? From the videos I've seen by Christina and Jessica, why would they even want to drink the water? Sounds like the water inside is unsafe. I could be wrong. Well, because they want to live, because they don't sell water off of the commissary. So what are their options? They don't have many options. So yeah, it's disgusting, but I don't know what else they would drink. If you're gonna drink soda, that's drinking different kind of chemicals. So you could take your chances with soda that doesn't necessarily hydrate you. I don't know if you guys know this, but sports medicine nerd over here, dark colas actually pulls calcium out of your bones. So do you want to, and women struggle with that more as far as osteoporosis than men, but you're just, it's just Gatorade's full of chemicals, so it's just which chemicals you're gonna ingest. Dehydration causes migraines. That's another one I forgot. Yes. He doesn't want me to sweat the issue. Exactly, Lee. You give prison wives a good name. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, I didn't know that, Faith. Dehydration also causes UTIs in males. Nice. The admin treat inmates less than human. If animals were treated like this, the country would flip out. People and water. Not at all. Exactly. Hi, sweetie. Oh, don't fall phone. Okay, so actually, Adam overheard a staff member, sorry, I just want to make sure that doesn't have to get stopped. A staff member tell another cop on a visit day, they're all, meaning the inmates are all animals, treat them as such, and their visitors are all animals as well, treat them as such. Now, I'm not trying to get on a high horse, but I have more education, I have a better job than majority of the cops that are working there. And again, that's not me being on a high horse, that's me saying, let's make this an even playing field, because I treat the janitor the same way as I treat the CEO. It is human kindness and compassion. No better, no worse. Just because I'm there visiting an inmate does not mean that I'm a criminal. I am not an animal. He is not an animal. We are all human beings. It is infuriating. What mindset could you have to deprive people of basic necessities? Sickening. Yep. And to take it one step further, Adam has seen kids that would come in during a college class called Inside Out. So the kids that were in their criminal justice class would go into the visit room. There were equal amount of college kids as there were inmates, and they would discuss different issues within criminal justice, and they would all learn from each other. Those same kids that were in college the following year, a lot of them get jobs there as cops, and he says it usually takes 6 months or so for them to get brainwashed and be just like the rest of them. And I just want to put it out there. Oh my God, Alice McTodson, you're on here. I love you. Not all of them are bad. The ones that are amazing and go against the grain, because I've dealt with a handful of them. There are a couple that watch this channel, Officer Trouble, shout out to her. She's incredible, and actually sometimes will ask my advice. I feel so honored that she'll ask my advice on how she does some of her job duties, because at the end of the day, she's got a job to do, and no one's faulting her for that, but she wants to make sure she's doing it in a way that is the most compassionate to, and still safety and security, because that comes first, to the inmates. So they're not all bad, but unfortunately, it's the norm. In Michigan state prisons, the ombudsman is the place for loved ones to call. I think that's in all states, right? Not sure about the BOP. So the BOP would call the region where your loved one is in. So if you go to bop.gov and then you just look up, there's a map with all of the regions. The country is broken up into regions. So Adam, for example, is in the Northeast region. And then if you click on that, it'll give you the number for the regional office where your loved one is. And sorry, I had my notifications off. I don't know why that happened. And then you can call and make your complaint, and you can tell them you want to stay anonymous. My fiance got yelled at for being late to a class, but his work wouldn't release him knowing he has to be there at a certain time twice a week. I don't like them yelling at him for their mess ups. Yeah, or they do it on purpose, and they're like, well, you should have known better. You're going to the hole. He didn't do anything wrong. We love you and Adam. We love you and P. My husband is at the camp there. I have to ask him if the water's okay. Oh yeah, let me know, Faith. In their minds, inmates aren't people. That's why they don't have to give them water. Right. Thanks so much for the $2. I don't know what the message was. I can only imagine who it was from. I can't see. Being that you have a health degree, can I ask you a private personal question via an email that you only check? Don't want everybody to know my business. Of course, absolutely. It is strongprisonwivesandfamilies.com. But I'm not a doctor. I cannot give medical advice. I'm not licensed to do that. Just putting it out there. I'm so glad I caught a live. I'm so glad you're here. Literally check your channel every day and rewatch videos. Oh, that makes me so happy. I can't wait for you and Adam to be reunited. Thank you so much, Cassie. I always ask my fiance if he's staying hydrated and getting rest, because I know those two things affect him the most. That's so interesting you say that, because I'm the exact same way. I need sleep, number one, I need food, and I need water, and otherwise my mood gets not good. Thanks for being on it, Mod, Road to Prison. My boyfriend is in Oregon, and they don't sell water in the commissary either. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, it's their money, and they exploit them, and they would make probably a lot of money. So why not? Why not sell it and allow them? I mean, if you're going to exploit them anyway, exploit them for that, not honey buns. Well, Ro, I'm heading home from work. Love you, girl, and great stream, and love your videos. Oh, have a safe trip home. Thank you so much. Thanks for the $2 donation anyway. Do unto others as you would have done unto you. Reap what they sow. Amen. Severe dehydration can cause permanent brain damage. Oh, it just keeps getting better. Ugh. Thank you all for coming to the live. Please hit that like button and feel free to comment in the comment section after the live. Thank you so much, Lee. How do you get your voice heard? I feel like I'm fighting a losing battle when I hear about the inhumane stuff happening. Leah, you need to reach out to organizations, in my opinion, that are already formed around the topics that are the closest to your heart. So something like this, you could reach out to the ACLU, you could reach out to, you can call the Ombudsman, you can call the region, you can reach out to the Innocence Project, you can reach out to organizations that are already there. Just Google the issue that you want to get involved in and see what's out there, and then use those contact forms on their websites. Reach out to them and see how you could help. if nothing happens with regional being there today, maybe all the families need to contact them again and tell them the guards were putting on a show for them and the water issue isn't resolved. Good idea, Candy. Glad I caught it live. Yay. Remind the viewers what your weekly live stream is. Thank you, Lee. That's a great idea. So we post live streams right now in December. I'm trying this out for size. As much as I can around my crazy schedule, I'm trying to stick to loosely Tuesday, Thursday, and then one day over the weekend, Saturday or Sunday, depending on my schedule, which is subject to maybe change a little bit because my sister-in-law, brother, and the kids might be moving in for a couple weeks because they're waiting for their house to close. So, but so far, that's what we're doing. And then my filmed videos, the scheduled ones, post Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, or between 6 and 7 a.m. Eastern time. And make sure you're subscribed and you ding that little notification bell so you don't miss notifications for lives or when the videos post, because I know YouTube's been a little bit funky with their notifications. And make sure right now, you guys, we have 80 people on and 44 likes. So if you could just hit that like button, it would help me out so much. I know that YouTube's been sharing my videos a little bit more recently because I see my older ones are getting a lot more comments from people that, oh, there we go. My elderberry's done. Hold on. I'm making elderberry syrup because it's flu season and I make it for my sister to give to the kids. And I feel like I'm starting to get a little something in my chest because my dad has it and I live with him. So I use that as a natural immune defense. It's amazing. I've not had the flu in, knock on wood, it's got to be over 10 years now. So if you guys want me to, I filmed like a little bit of it, but I don't know if I'm going to put it on YouTube or Patreon. If you guys are interested in that, it's not prison related, but it's healthy. So just let me know in the comments and I will make the video for you. Sometimes I want to like branch out into other things, but I don't know what you guys want. Hi, Ro. I've seen many of your live chats, but I've never said a word. Oh, Donna, I'm glad you did. I wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Happy and healthy and truly blessed New Year. Thank you so much, Donna. Same to you. I'm so happy you actually commented. I would love for you to do it more. I always ask my cousin if he's hydrated too every day when he calls because he's been getting severe migraines, which he's never had in his whole life. Yeah, it could be that. It could be the food. It could be his eyes, because how often and how real are there eye exams in there? I've been watching your videos for about 6 months now, and besides his calls home, your videos are about the only thing getting me through while he's locked up. It makes me feel so much less alone. Oh, RB, that makes my night to read that. Thank you so much. Hold on, I need to take a sip of something. I'm sorry, you guys, in advance if you could hear me swallow. That is my biggest pet peeve, but last time I could hear my swallowing on camera when I watched it back. I'm sorry, it's gross. Close your ears. Yuck, sorry. My sister like gulps her drinks, and I'm like, Amanda, go away. It hurts my ears. My aunt got released from prison today. Oh, she served 7 years. She was supposed to be released in the summer, but they're just not releasing her. Oh, I'm glad she finally got released, but you hear that more and more. Like, what? Hi, Ro, will you be doing a vision board class or a goal setting class this year? Yes, we are. Lisanne and actually Melaments, who you see commenting, are working with me and Kat. So it's Melaments, whose name is Melinda, Lisanne, Kat, and I are developing it. It was Melinda's idea, and I think it's going to be stellar. So look for that in the future. I'll probably do a vision board video teaser here, because think about it. I put 10,000 subscribers in 2019 on my vision board in January, just throwing it, just putting it out there. That was a reach for me. I think at the time I had 300, 400 subscribers. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't know what I was going to do to get there. I just knew I wanted it, and I knew that I was willing to work my ass off for it. It is hard as heck, you guys. It is so much work. You put some up there and they fail miserably. They flop. Or they do really well, but you get a ton of hate on them. But I am tenacious and I am a driven person, and I will not stop. And look, we're 150 subscribers away from me hitting that goal. So truly, anything is possible if you set your mind to it, you put it on your vision board so you could see that it's there, you have something to grasp for, and then you work your tail off and you don't let anything stand in your way to get there, you're gonna get your goals. Side note, by the way, too, I have a whole lesson, a lot of lessons in my book, The Comeback Code, bit.ly/comeback code on all that stuff. Visioning and goal setting and reaching your goals and how I get through and how I stayed confident throughout the 10 years that I've been doing this. Wasn't always me, wasn't always easy, but I did. So there's my 2 shameless plugs. From a medical article on WebMD, swelling of the brain, great. Cerebral edema, which is swelling of the brain. Sometimes when you're getting fluids again after being dehydrated, the body tries to pull too much water back into your cells. Let me tell you a story about that, Jessica. Thank you for saying that. When I used to do figure competitions, which is basically like a very feminine version of bodybuilding, I was trained by very old school, let's see if that stays, yes. I was trained by very old school mentality bodybuilders. So they would have me cut my water and dehydrate myself basically just like bodybuilders do. Because what it does is the way that your muscles are, it thins out your skin. So there's no bloating or fluid between your skin and your muscle, and boom, everything pops. So you look really good on stage that day. So I always tell everybody, when you see somebody on a stage for a bodybuilding or a figure or bikini competition, they look like the epitome of health, but they're like knocking on death's door. It's scary. So if they're trained the way I was trained. So I literally went 3 days without drinking any water. The day before I started that, okay, my trainer had me drink, I can't believe I used to do this kind of stuff and hurt my body like this, but she had me drink a whole entire quart of coffee throughout the day because that starts the dehydration process. Coffee is a diuretic. By the 3rd day, I was so sick. Now, you have to use simple sugars to plump your muscles up after depleting them from all sugar and carbs for 4 weeks. Not smart, guys. Don't do this. It was the stupidest thing ever. It's called peak week to get yourself in prime condition for that. So my muscles were so depleted, they weren't filling in fast enough. So she was an online trainer. So I had her on the phone and she had me eating pancakes with syrup because of all the sugar. So I ran out of pancakes and she's like, shots of syrup, that's what you have to do. To this day, I could be nauseous. It's like when you throw up from drinking too much tequila and you can't look at tequila. That's how I am with pancake syrup. So when people ask me, you don't like pancakes? I'm like, please, I can't. Because think about it, no water for 3 days, and now all I have is sugar in my mouth. Could you imagine what that tasted like? And anyway, after I was done, everything was said and done, got my trophies, whatever, she warned me. She said, don't chug the water. You're going to get sick. When you have not had water in that long, right? You're like, she told me not to chug. 2 minutes later, I was in the parking lot, doubled over, heaving. Sorry, TMI. And then I think it took me 4 days, my limbs were so swollen. So what your body does is, it holds onto all that water. It pulls it into your midsection because it wants to make sure that your organs are hydrated so you could stay alive. So it does that, and then it releases them into your limbs so that it can be kept there because your body's like, well, I didn't get water once, so what happens if I don't get it again? I'm gonna hold on to it as much as I can so in case there's another drought. My ankles swelled up. They were so swollen that they would burn. Literally, the skin was so stretched. You ladies that have babies know this feeling after you are given all of those fluids after having the baby, and then all of your hormones are up and down, and your ankles swell to the point where they burn. It was insanity. It hurt so bad, and it is so bad for you. I would go to bed, and my sisters I was young at the time, all my family lived together, so my sisters would listen in my door because the way I would breathe at night from all that extra fluid in me was really scary. It's very scary. You need to keep your body consistent and in homeostasis. Your body needs to constantly, am I getting too weird and technical and nerdy? But your body needs to constantly fight to stay even. So when you do things dramatic and drastic, like not have any water, everything else is kind of all over the place going nuts. It's scary. So thank you for saying that. You're absolutely right. Just hopping on, hi Lex. They may be in prison, but a majority of them are trying to get better. I see my fiance doing all that he can to get all the help he needs. Just wish people didn't judge so quickly. Absolutely. This can cause, okay. So I recently heard on one of the prison YouTubers, maybe it was Joe Tommaso, somebody said that going to jail in the United States really is like going to crime school. I think it was one of Joe's guests. If you guys don't follow Joe Tomaso, it's 15 Minutes with podcast. It's so good. He gets guys, high profile cases, guys and ladies. I don't know if he's had any girls on his show yet, but I think he plans to have somebody you've all heard about. Crazy case, very infamous, very high profile woman that he has a call scheduled with. Again, 15 Minutes with Joe Tomaso is the host. Anyway, one of his guests said it. It's like going to crime school. They're not trying to rehabilitate. They're trying to keep you there. They're trying to keep you coming back there. So beds are full, so wallets are padded, etc. So if you want to rehabilitate yourself, that's on you. It's on you. And there are the old school inmates and the good inmates that you can get yourself in with to help you stay on that course and teach yourself a skill or learn something. Like, they run classes themselves, business classes, language classes, skills classes, but it's hard work because you're going against the grain. Just like there's the bad cops in there and the good ones are pushing and fighting against that grain every day, and it's hard because you're going an uphill battle. Same thing with inmates that are trying to better themselves, because the majority of the people in there are just rolling downhill. They're like, I don't care, I'm here to get high, I'm here to be a better criminal, I'm here to do this, that, and the other thing until I can go home and do it on the street and actually make money for it, or more money for it. So the ones that are trying to help themselves out, it's an uphill battle and they're fighting against that every single day. It's doable. You just need to be driven, tenacious, and you have to have blinders on. I'm so proud of your husband. Thank you for all of your support. Ro appreciates you. Yes, thank you. I'll hit the like button. I saw several articles recently online about contaminated water at my man's facility in California. I asked him and he said he drinks it all day and it seems fine. I think they just don't taste it probably. So I have a video back that I filmed. I want to say it was like June, late June, early July, maybe some point in the summer. And I pulled in a video from an inmate inside a Massachusetts, no, what facility? Minnesota, Michigan, one of the middle states with an M. Sorry, guys. It's not Michigan because I know that's where Lee's from and that's not where it was from, but maybe Minnesota. They were showing the sink and the water was literally brown and it had stuff, filth coming out of it, and they put it in a Coke bottle and it literally looked like it was soda that had been watered down. But they show you that the bottle was cleaned out and it was empty and it was clear, and then they show the water coming out of the sink and he's like, this is what they expect us to drink. It's crazy. Go back and watch that video. I wish I could remember what it was called. I put it in at the end of the video. It was an exposing corruption video. I just can't remember which one, but it's disgusting. It's just, they're expected to drink it because they're just lowly inmates. Oh, and that, by the way, that facility, the rise of cancers there in young people was astronomical. Tell me why nobody's looking into this, because that to me is directly correlated to the dirty water and the chemicals and the food. And they even said that in that video. They're like, the amount of cancer here, this is cancer. And they opened up the sink. It was so sad. My first live all the way from Australia. Yay! I love your videos. I found you from Christina's baby game. Oh my gosh, Cat and the Kittens. I'm so happy you're here. I love you, girl. My love is coming home a day early. Ah, yay! They're showing up in my home recommendations. Yay! My videos. Elderberry syrup, yummy. That face. I know. It smells like berry flavored dirty feet. It smells not great when you make it, but it doesn't taste so bad. And I'm telling you, I have not had the flu in 10 years. I would love that recipe. I always start at the beginning like crazy. Yay. Okay, I'll share the recipe, no problem. Please everyone hit the like button. You guys are amazing. We have 91 people on and 67 likes. Can we get this video to 91 likes? That would be amazing. Viewers would love to see some other content every now and then. Believe that. Okay, good. I used to do a lot more vlog style videos where I would carry the camera around with me when I was going to visit or hanging out with my family. I have one last year where I went to New York City for my cousin's birthday. I have one where we did a surprise party for my mom, because I did Vlogmas, like a full Vlogmas last year where I did a video every single day throughout the month of December. The problem is it's a lot for my schedule to keep up with. And Lisanne, who's here in, like, I think it was January 1st, I was like, I can never do that again. I'm gonna die. It's a lot of work. It's exhausting. So the extra live videos throughout December is my compromise because I know everybody is all into Vlogmas and I love that. I love it so much too. But maybe after this, I'll incorporate more vlog style videos if you guys want that too. Let me know in the comments because of course I'm here for you. Migraines might also be due to the noise. Great point. Some dorms keep lights on all night. Yes. So Adam was telling me that the other night because I told him I put my blackout blinds back up, and then like a moron, I forgot that they don't have dark there. I was like, you know, because these are all the health problems that can happen from not sleeping in a dark room, which he already knew. But he was like, yeah, he's like, it's like daylight 24/7 here. Nice. But yeah, I forgot about that. And the noise is like stadium noise. If you have been to a concert or a sports event, let's say that, because a concert comes with obviously music, but a sports event where the stadium noise is just so loud, he said that's how it is all day, every day there. Oh, I couldn't imagine. It would drive me crazy. They took his contacts and gave him a pair of somebody else's glasses. You see? Huh. Happy she's home, yes. I'm going to send your link to all the ladies on my Facebook page. Maybe get you over the... Yay! Thank you so much. That would be amazing. If we could do it for Mom's birthday, that would be amazing. Today is actually the day. Remember last week when I freaked out that they were going to delete my channel, or they could possibly delete my channel? December 10th, they were going to delete channels. So today's the 10th. We're not deleted. We've been researching that forever. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's more for like bot channels and channels that are monetized but are not posting, I think is what I think I've uncovered. But if once we hit 10K, it'll be like a wave of relief that that's not going to happen to us, and we're really close. I think we're, as of making this video, it was like 170 or 180 away. Not bad. This is brutal. Ro, you look beautiful as always. I know I'm behind with this comment, but dehydration can cause psychosis. I thought that was it too. Sad these inmates are not being taken care of like they should. Absolutely, and thank you for that. That's so sweet. You're making me feel better because all I have is a little mascara and a little concealer on. My niece was a fitness competitor. I tell her all the time, eat a sandwich, damn it. Lee, that's so funny. So my good friend's boyfriend was a bodybuilder. He's the one that got me back in touch with Adam. Story for another time. But he was a huge bodybuilder. And this is really funny. When Adam asked him when they first got locked up together, he was asking him like, oh, you're so-and-so's boyfriend? How about her cousin Ro? And he's like, oh, she looks so hot now. She's got this 6-foot lat spread. 6-foot lat spread? I'm tiny. I was tinier when I competed in fitness. But to him, he was like, she's so hot because he was such a bodybuilder. And what was the point? What did you say? Oh my God. Yeah, to eat a sandwich. He used to tell me all the time, you need to eat 1,000 hamburgers when I was like right before a competition because it was scary. $20, Heather, thank you. You're amazing. You're amazing. I love you. I want a seat at the front reception party and a dance with Ro and to smoke a cigar and do a shot with Adam. Oh, you got it. You're good with the details. I love it. Oh. Heather Fowler is awesome. She used to be my roomie sometimes when we would go to visit. Her hubby, who's now home, yay, was friends with Adam. They were locked up together. You should do a video, what I learned from being a fitness model, so others are warned before hitting the gym in January. That is such a good idea, Sandy. So good. Bazinga, I love it. Everybody gets it. Everybody gets it. In Virginia, they can only take one class every 5 years. Oh. Okay, let's go through. Oh, it was Missouri. Thanks, Heather. I encourage you, oh, this is a good one, to all check the water supply for your loved one's prison. You'll be so surprised and disgusted and sad at what you'll find out. I found out that the carcinogenic levels are through the roof. That means the levels that are known to cause cancer are through the roof. That makes me want to vomit. The water in Iona, Michigan was brown. I contacted the Lansing Journal. They ignored my letter as they didn't care. Hi, honey. Cat, my love. Just subscribe to Joe's podcast. Thank you for the info. I listen to pods all day at work. Yeah, it's like a really good true crime one. He's such a good guy. He's actually one of you guys. I got 2 or 3 people that told me about the 8-year-old in Virginia being strip searched, and Joe was the one that texted it. He was the first one that texted it to me. So he's on top of it. Let's get up to 100 likes, y'all. Yeah, we're at 81. The water suppliers are not held to the correct standards. So many men have gotten cancer at our facility. Oh, it makes me so mad. Hi, Pikachu. What made you eat no meat? Great question. So I have a video all about it called The Reason I Stopped Being Vegan, and I still don't eat meat. But for a while, for 3 years, I ate no animal products at all. Now I eat eggs and fish again, but I don't eat any meat. So the reason I stopped is because when my mom's cancer came back, it came back with a vengeance. So she was diagnosed with breast cancer 10 years before she died, and she did the whole thing, mastectomy, radiation, chemotherapy, took a year and a half. She got her construction, she went into remission. It came back, I think 7 years later, in her pelvis bone, in her hip, and up her back. So they contained it for a little while with anti-estrogen drugs, and then those stopped working, because that's what happens with cancer. You can contain it for a little while. Hers was a little bit more of an aggressive cancer, so they contained it, the drug stopped working, they had to pick something else. So then she went on oral chemo. The oral chemo was killing her. At this point, it was in her hip, throughout her pelvis, in her back, and she had a little right here in her skull, which freaked her out, because, well, that freaks anybody out, but it was in the bone. It wasn't in her brain, but of course that's so close to your brain, you're like freaking out, right? So somebody told her about this man, and he's right in a suburb outside of Philadelphia. So he was about an hour and a half, maybe an hour and 45, no, maybe 2.5 hours from our house. So it was Memorial Day weekend or Labor Day weekend, I don't remember. And it was pouring. And we didn't have plans, because I stayed with her, because obviously she was really sick at this point. So I said, do you want to take a drive down to that cafe and talk to that guy? Because he has all of these cases under his belt of, with raw vegan diets, helping people heal themselves from cancer. He's not a doctor. These are not medical claims. This is just what it said. So we drove, we went to go meet him. We met this guy who was a professional baseball player, former, got cancer, met this guy. I think it was Lou Gehrig's, and he wound up beating it. And he was an advocate for this guy. So his whole theory was animal products, in his opinion, again, not a medical fact, would, because my mom had the cancer already in her body, would spread the cancer further, because her cancer was estrogen fed. So she decided to give it a shot, to eat just vegan, and to support her, me and my sisters went vegan with her. Interestingly though, she was still working at the time, and it was really hard for her to keep up with that diet. My mom was really tiny. She didn't have much of an appetite. So when she would eat, it would be maybe once a day, and she would probably eat like 100 calories throughout the whole day. So she was rapidly losing weight, and obviously if you're losing weight and muscle and you're not getting those nutrients, you're gonna get sicker. So she went back to eating everything, and we all stayed on the vegan diet. And now, like, the thought of eating meat just still grosses me out, although every once in a while I crave like a juicy steak. But then when I get close to it, the smell of it I can't get past, which is crazy, because I was strict paleo and bodybuilder for so long with my diets that I never thought that I could do that. But that's, in a nutshell, not so much, I just babbled, is why I stopped eating meat. Pikachu, I'm sorry. So YouTube is doing something really funky with kids on channels, so underage on channels. So I think you're still young, right? So I don't know that you can be a mod on my channel anymore. I have to look into that. That clock sounds so pretty, thank you. What's on your shirt? No, it's not off topic, it's Adam's face. It says Help Free Adam, and on the back it says helpfreeadam.com. And so this was the merch that I created because you guys asked for it, and I have to remake this in white, but excuse me, it's available on teespring.com/help-free-adam. So good question, not off topic at all. Do they sell energy drinks in prison? I'm gonna ask. Lee, do you know? Does anyone who's been inside know? Could you do a video on how to completely go gluten-free? It would really help. Yeah, sure, I could do that. How's your day? Good, how's yours? Autism and gluten don't mix, and I'm confused on which gluten-free products are good. Very interesting. That's a good question because a lot of people do things like go vegan or go gluten-free, and I fell victim to this too, but let's use my sister as an example who, when she went gluten-free, I did this when I was vegan. She will eat anything that is labeled gluten-free, even if it's packaged. So she's eating all this extra sugar because sugar doesn't have gluten. She's eating all this extra processed food. And she's like, why am I gaining so much weight? I'm gluten-free. She missed the point. So for autism or what's the other one that helps? I don't know. I'm just not thinking straight right now. But for all of those things that it will help, you have to go less packaged and more natural. That's what these diets are trying to help you do. More food from the earth, more fruits, more vegetables, more whole grains. Well, not grains if you're gluten-free, but non-gluten grains. So I eat gluten-free oats. I eat gluten-free quinoa, like that kind of stuff. And that's what's gonna help you, if that makes sense. But I'll help you, no problem. Viewers, don't know how to hit the like button while in a live. See the X at the top right, tap that, the live chat disappears. You'll see the thumbs up, tap it, then hit live chat to go back. Oh, Lee, you're the best, thank you so much. Oh, we're at 88 with 87 on, yay! Sorry, I was late again. What are we talking about? We're talking about how the water is not safe to drink where Adam is, and they're not giving them much water. How do you check the water supply? Good question. How do we get our men healthy when they get home? My gosh. Oh, poor Adam. I have a whole entire detox lined up for him, and I'm hoping that he's home soon for me to, I left this knife out, for me to capture that all on video for you guys so you know how to detox your honeys. Road to Prison became a mod on Sunday, I think. You can send an email to me, Pikachu, no problem. Just discovered you, great channel subbed. Oh, I'm so glad you're here, Coyote, that means the world. Your merch, awesome advertising, thank you. Dang, you're still alive. I know, I always do the longest lives. Please do more health videos and vlog, full day of eating for the new year. Okay. I'm eating one ingredient food only, so the only thing green bean is a green bean. No more processed crap for me, Jess, that's awesome. ADHD, you're right, by gluten-free, Poor Adam, he needs water. I know, makes me so mad too. Do I have a P.O. box? Yes. The P.O. box is always in the description box. Yes, please, men detox. Your husband's coming home in 5 months. I got you. Hopefully my husband will be home within 5 months. Okay, so here, I'm gonna leave you guys with this comment because this is awesome. Google to check the water supplier for your loved one's city and check their website out. They should disclose the info there. So for whoever asked earlier how you check the water supply at your loved one's facility, that's how you do it. Gluten-free is just food that is void of glyphosate. Glyphosate Roundup weed killer is the worst thing in the world. My hubby will be home in March. Yay! Ro, I have a loved one. Oh, have to run love. Oh my God, I'm so backwards. The entire group will catch the replay. Awesome. Burdock root is awesome for detox. Okay, that's awesome. Thank you. I'm gonna go. My sister and her husband keep calling me. I hope they might need me to go pick up one of their kids. So I'm gonna go. I love you guys. I will see you on Thursday with another live stream. Tomorrow we have a really good video that's posting. Oh, it's not a fun one, but it is, I think, about the first time I realized how institutionalized Adam was. I think that's tomorrow. I'm not positive. I don't remember, but it's a good one. And then I'll see you back here live Thursday. If you have any requests for topics, let me know. I love you guys. Keep staying strong, keep loving strong, keep supporting one another through this journey because you're one day closer to it all being behind you. Lots of love from my heart to yours. I'll see you beautiful ladies in the next one. Bye guys.